guys, and welcome back to
Built-In Besties. A dad
and daughter podcast.
It's a good one today.
Yes,
I
it
feel
is.
like it's going to be a really good one. We have had a week, people. We're in a different location right now because why?
I got knee surgery. Pow!
Woo! You might not be able to see it, but that's okay. She can't really bend them either, but
Uh-oh.
they are under there. There are 2 incisions. They're covered up right now. We just got back from a doctor's visit, but let's recap what happened to you. First off, let's talk about the situation that you got into here with all of this. Even though it was in our episode last time, I want everyone to be able to know, if they're just listening in right now, what happened, why you had knee surgery. Take it from the top. What's your condition?
So I have knock knees, which it's also called like genivalgum or something weird like that. But it's basically like where your your knees like out toe, and you can't really put your feet together, which was a really hard struggle, especially when I do cheer, because like you need to put your feet together for that. So that's kind of what the whole surgery was for. In May, I got plates in my knees, which were like, they were figure 8 plates, making it so that soon I can put my feet together. And so then I had to get those out, which was what I did right now. And so yeah, they're out.
Okay, so let's take it from the night before. For someone who maybe has never had surgery before, let's talk about what happens. The night before was a Monday. You had cheer.
I did.
Let's talk about that first, and then let's go from there.
At cheer we weren't really able to do anything because we only had like 7 girls, and you can't really do anything with 7 girls. We had like one sun group, I think, so we did that. We really just like hung out. Yeah.
That's not a bad time to get a little camaraderie going on. All right, so that night, what happens night before surgery?
You have to stop eating at midnight and start fasting, which is kind of annoying, but also, like, if it's gonna benefit you, then just accept it.
Sure.
And so I ate, what did I eat? Mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And Grassroots, which is a local ice cream shop where we live.
I think we've talked about it before.
Love Grassroots.
We definitely go there too often. Okay, so you stopped eating. You went to bed. We had an early rise.
I woke up at 4:15.
4:15 in the morning.
Which, this was me when I woke up. I have a photo.
That's going to cover my face because my face was right there when you did that. I like that a lot. It's going to look like me. You took a picture of yourself when you woke up?
I have, like, a photo of, like, every single step of this surgery, I think. Really?
That's good. We're going to insert...
Not really, like, in the pre-op room, but, like, I have a bunch of photos. Which I could just make a collage.
We're going to plaster a bunch of photos all over this. It could even be going on right now while we're talking. It's going to be really good. We'll make a collage of it, and everyone can see how your day went. That'll be really fun. Okay, so the hospital that we go to for you, because we found it to be the best fit, is like an hour and 15 minutes away on a good day, right? You had pounded as much water as you possibly
30 ounces of water.
2 hours before the surgery start time, which was what you were allowed to do. We were about 45 minutes into our trip when you needed to make a stop. We had to make a stop. Traffic started to then pile up a little bit on the end of our route, which put us at the point of being a touch late to surgery.
Which, okay, a touch late and not having to pee, I take that as a win.
Much better situation. I agree.
Because I'm not going to sit there just uncomfortably for an hour. I thought about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I really felt bad going into a McDonald's and, like, not getting anything. But also, like, I had a surgery to get to.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. Okay. How were you feeling leading up to that moment? How were you feeling when we got out of the car and started walking into the hospital?
It was a very anxious moment because I don't like the doctors in the first place, and it really freaks me out, to be honest. But it's just like a lot of nerves knowing that you're gonna get literally cut open soon.
What kind of nerves? What does that feel like for you?
It's just kind of like I zone out when I get anxious. So it's just kind of just
Just staring off into space, kind
yeah.
of. Okay. All right. So then we checked in. You got all set up. You had to use the restroom again.
Yes.
You're still rocking a bracelet over here. I like
I took
this.
my other one off, but I have my allergy bracelet on.
Fred Jr. from episode 2. If you guys haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Fred Jr. accompanied you for a
He
second
did. He
time
got
to
an
surgery.
allergy bracelet. This I
Yes,
should
he
have
did.
brought him on here.
That's okay.
It's fine.
They've seen him before, but he does have the same allergy bracelet as you, which was really nice. Um, let's talk about going into the room for surgery, not the operating room, but the pre-op room where we're sitting there. What happens so we can just kind of let everyone know how this process goes for you?
So they kind of just like give you a hospital bracelet. They ask if you have any allergies, which I really think that they should have that down in your file and just already have an allergy bracelet. Personally,
Sorry.
because I don't like I think that's something they should already know, but it's okay. And so they kind of just like talk to you about what's going to happen. And yeah, I had my pre-op nurse. He was very nice. It's just like when everything is different since you turn into a teenager, it's very anxious because like you think about how things are going to go and then they don't go the exact way that like they were pictured in your head, so it makes it like really hard.
That's true. So your surgery was like 8 months ago,
Yeah.
roughly, and you had a really good experience
Yeah.
at the start of that, right? And you had the same expectations going in that
Yeah.
everything would be kind of the same.
Because you kind of mentally prepare yourself for that. And when it's not like that, then what are you supposed to do?
So what kind of things weren't like that? Let's talk through it.
Um, they basically told me that nobody could come back to the operating room with me, which that was really anxious for me because that's where I'm the most anxious going into that because I know that I'm gonna have to sit on that table and like literally accept my fate. And so getting told that I couldn't bring anyone with me, I was like, no. He was like, how do you feel about that? And I was like, no.
Yeah, and that was your anesthesiologist who
Mm-hmm.
was really nice at the start, and then I could see that that really affected you,
Yeah.
right? And then we did kind of let him know that that wasn't going to be okay, that we needed to be able to go back there with you. But how did that make you feel in that moment? Because there was a real shift in your mental state at that point. But I'd like to talk about
It
it.
was kind of like alarming in a sense because he was kind of just like, oh, okay. Like he didn't really like in that moment it kind of made me feel like stupid because
Hmm.
he's just like, yeah, I guess. I guess that'll work.
Did he kind of make you feel like a child, like
Yeah,
you?
like literally like you could ask like any like 20-year-old, they would say, "Yeah, I want someone to go back with me."
Yeah, I think most people would want someone to
Yeah.
go back with them if they had that option.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the next person that walked in the door, who was it?
Marianne.
Marianne. I'm pretty sure that's her name. That's what I
Yes, it
kept
is.
calling her. Okay. Talk about Marianne
Marianne
because
is
I
a
could talk about her forever
she's
also.
a child life specialist, which that's really something that I want to be when I grow up now because you really focus on making the hospital a better place for people and kind of just like I don't really know. Kind of just like helping kids' nerves and making them feel like less anxious about this.
Yeah, Marianne walks in and just has such a calming presence,
Yeah.
I think. She talks to you like an adult. She does not make you feel dumb. The moment that you saw her, you were a little bit at ease, but you also opened up to her, right? And you
Yeah.
said, he made me feel stupid. He told me that I needed to go in there alone. I wanted to have my dad go in there with me. And that was really tough for her. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, for you. And that she comforted you so much in that moment and said that you should never have to feel that way, especially going into something like this. And She made sure that you got to select a
Yeah.
flavor for your mask, right?
Because
We
I
talked.
wasn't asked that either, which was part of like a whole routine thing that he kind of just like skipped out on.
Yeah, it seems like you turned 13 less than a month ago, and
Yeah.
then everything kind of just changed for you at that hospital. But we worked through it, and she was really the best. I told her at the end of all the surgery that I think she is the most important person in that hospital, and that she just puts everyone at ease, whether it's a parent, a child. She just knows how to communicate with people
Hmm.
and how to make everyone just feel better about everything
I
that's
did
going
tell
on.
her about our podcast,
You
so
did.
she might be seeing this right now.
If she is seeing this, I stand by everything that I said,
Yes.
and we appreciate her being there so much. Like
Yes.
it really made all the difference in the world. Okay, so at a certain point, you have to walk in to an operating room, right? You have to actually walk in.
Hmm.
I think any surgery that I have ever done, and I've had a couple or a few,
I know.
I have had or I've gotten wheeled back,
Yeah.
right? So I never had to really consider that. I don't think that I've ever had to walk back through there. What is that like, and how did that experience work this
It's
time?
very scary because you're just walking through those doors, knowing that you're gonna have to go and like accept that you're gonna have to put this oxygen mask on and you're gonna have to like go under, and it's very scary because they're literally setting out their tools as we speak.
They are. And that kind of freaks you out a bit, right?
Yeah, because like you can cut me open, just like I don't want to see what you're doing it with.
So you had a hard time when we first started walking towards the room also because you knew kind of where you were going. You did get to pick your song,
Yes.
which was
All too well, 10-minute version, Taylor's version from the vault.
yes. And even though this felt like an eternity, we didn't even get through the whole song. Okay?
Yes, we
So
did.
even no, we didn't.
Oh, well,
Even from walking all the way down the hall to having to stop a couple of times to just get a little more courage to get through it, to talk through it, to take some deep breaths, to then get on to the operating room table, to then get settled, to then have a few
I'm not
chill
doing this.
moments, right? Like, there were some freakouts, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. It's okay to feel that anxiety and to feel that little bit of panic, but we breathed through it, right? You took some deep breaths with me. Once that oxygen mask got put on you, this time you got to sit up.
Yes, which was very beneficial because the world did not start spinning like it did when I was laying down.
Right. So the last time you were laying down when they put the oxygen mask on you, right?
Hmm.
The one good thing the anesthesiologist talked about before all of this was that they wouldn't put the IV in you until you were passed out.
Yes.
The last time they kind of wanted to do that beforehand, and that was a struggle
They
for
probably
you.
had that in my file.
You they might have. You don't like needles.
I hate
We've talked
needles.
about this before. We were able to get your blood work done while you were
Yes.
sleeping, which was great. So that was a good thing. And this time you were sitting up for it, right? We had you close your eyes for a moment
Hmm.
also to make sure that the world didn't spin for you again. After a couple deep breaths, you were knocked and you got slowly lowered down. I got to
Yes.
say goodbye to you. I went out into the room. I don't have a picture of myself dressed in those crazy scrubs.
Mm.
We should have had that. That's a missed opportunity for the pod for sure. I walked out in the waiting room, saw your mom for a second, walked into the bathroom, cried my eyes out for about 30 seconds, and then came back out.
He accepted his fate.
You did say, right when you calmed down in the operating room, you said, accept your fate. And then you took a couple of deep breaths, and then you were knocked. Knocked. You got through the surgery. It was very, very quick.
Hmm.
Your mom and I went down to the cafeteria. I grabbed a protein drink. She grabbed maybe some fruit, I think. And by the time we started to walk down there, it said that your surgery had begun. And then maybe like 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later, it said that it
Done.
was finishing up, which was amazing. I think the early slot is really helpful for that because they're not waiting on other people to finish. Maybe some complications of other patients, whatever. It was very quick, and then we got to meet the doctor. That's part of what you don't get to see.
Yeah.
So we go into a little room. Doctor comes in, told us that you did really well. Everything went as planned. Gives us a little bit of post-op instructions, and then we wait to go meet you in the post-op area in the recovery room. Unfortunately, your favorite recovery nurse,
Lauren,
has left the hospital there and went to a different
Taylor
department.
was great.
Taylor was great. She was very,
but I did miss Lauren.
Very attentive to all your needs, but Lauren was no longer there. You're right. All right, so we had to wait for you a while in post-op because they gave you a little extra medicine for nausea to make sure that you didn't wake up feeling not good or feeling like you needed to puke, because that was one of your fears also. And you had the tube thing kind of still in your mouth, just where one that you can just spit out yourself, so it wasn't like a breathing tube per se, but just kind of to help your tongue stay in place so that you don't have any issues breathing during the surgery. That was still in place because you were so knocked.
Yeah.
You woke up. It was a while for you to wake up, which we were more comfortable with when we found out that they gave you more drugs. Because we're sitting there for a while, like, last time we woke up a lot quicker than this. But we found that out, which was good to know. You woke up pretty nicely, I think. You did. And you looked around because you could see us, I think, but you also knew that there was something in your mouth, which was probably really strange. We were able to take that out, and then you kind of came to. You asked a couple of times where you were. I don't know if you remember that at all. You just said, "Where am I?" And we're like, "You're in the recovery room. You're in the post-op room." But it was a nice, gentle wake up for you, I think. Did you have any pain when you woke up?
A little bit, but also it was okay.
Okay.
We have a video of when I woke up.
Yeah, we're gonna insert a video right here.
And
right
I'm
now.
gonna take a knee break because I need to stretch my legs, and also very much on theme, I have to pee.
All right.
So
we'll be right back, folks.
We're gonna show you this video. I just woke up. It's tradition to record myself, so here we are.
All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the clip of Jacqueline waking up post-op. We're joined by two special guests.
Yes.
Real quick. Our first special guest you've seen before, Fred Jr. We were talking about him before. He has his bracelet on from the hospital. He's looking good. Also, we have our dog Remy, who has joined us on the couch here. I don't know if you can see him because he kind of just looks like a blanket right now. He kind of blends in with my exact blanket that he has. I'm not going to disturb him because
he's being a good boy.
Okay. We talked surgery. Anything else you want to talk about surgery? Any wrap-ups?
Not really.
How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling okay.
Okay. You had a couple of rough days. You feeling like you're on the mend at this point?
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. Good. Okay. So surgery was Tuesday. Wednesday, really big day. I want you to tell the world what happened on Wednesday.
Bailey Grace Marie.
Bailey Grace was born. How excited were you?
5:26 a.m.
How excited were you?
I was so excited. I woke up in the middle of the night. Well, it wasn't the middle of the night. It was like 5:30. And I woke up and I was like, I feel like I need to check my phone. And I opened it and there was just photos of this child. And I was like, hello?
Yeah, that's amazing. What does this mean for you? Like, why are you so excited by this?
We haven't really had a baby in our family since I was a baby.
Yeah, since you pretty much, I think. Like, you have maybe a younger cousin, right? But that's...
in the local area.
Yeah, they're not in the local area. So, like, why... You've been looking forward to this for so long. Like,
9 months, actually.
So incredibly long. You held a secret for a little while. You knew before a lot of people knew. And you have been shopping since day zero, basically, for this. What was it like for you when you saw the photos? First off, let's just talk about the photos.
It was it was just amazing because you think about like how this human is actually here and like she's living and breathing on this planet. And just it was just so crazy to me. And I was just so happy that everything went well because that has been something I was really anxious about. Just make sure like everything's going to go well, there's going to be no complications, and everything went very well.
Okay. A few days before, so on Sunday,
Yeah.
we were all together. That was our last Sunday dinner without
Yes.
a little baby cousin, which was crazy. And we did talk about that,
Mhm.
that's probably was going to be the last one, which it was. What did you tell Bailey Grace in the womb, little BG, as I'm calling
I was
her?
talking to her bump and I said, "Okay, listen to me, Bailey. It's either the 24th, well, which is it's either before the 25th or after the 25th. Not on the 25th. I said you're allowed to start coming at around like 8ish, maybe like a little earlier. But come after the 25th or before."
And this is like pretty much exactly how it
And
happened.
first of all, she moved when I said that too. So my homegirl heard me.
Yeah, I didn't think that she was really going to be coming that soon
Yeah.
because she was like moving a lot that
Hmm.
day on Sunday. Usually babies, at least from what I remember, kind of like
Slow
they
down.
slow down as they get ready for the whole process to begin. And she was very, very active that day.
Yeah.
But everything went so well, which was a good relief. And then that same day, one day after surgery, you would not take no for an answer. And you insisted that we go to the hospital and see this baby. I
It's
want you to take
exactly what
me,
I
I
did.
want you to take me through that entire moment for you.
It was amazing. Like I was in a wheelchair, so I got wheeled in. But it was just like so amazing to see that this human I have been waiting for so long was finally there. And like it was just so magical to finally like I went last to hold her in that room right now. Well, in that room at that point because everyone knew that I was going to take the longest like with her and it was so amazing.
Yeah, you told everyone that they needed to
Go
go
first.
first. And there were a lot of people in that room.
Hmm.
So that's kind of tough sometimes. I think when you're the parent, when you
Hmm.
just went through all of that stuff, right? So Maddie and Deegan had a really long night. Everyone really that was in that room at that time. Um, and it's tough because everyone just wants to see your baby, right? And I think that maybe they kind of wanted some a little bit of alone time. Maddie fell asleep towards the end of us being there, and just
Which they have the same sleeping face.
that's
I'm
really
not going to
funny.
show that photo, but Deegan, which is Bailey's father,
Hmm.
had sent me a photo and was like, literally have the same sleeping face.
It's so cute. She's
It's
the
such a cute photo.
cutest
She is
baby.
so cute. And we are allowed to show a photo of her. Should we do it now?
We've already done it. They've already seen it. We've montaged this whole thing already.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not editing this one,
I
so.
am, and I feel like I'm gonna take a lot of time with this one because I have some extra time being off. Um, what does it mean to have this little baby in your family?
I really think that this was what our family needed. I don't know how to like express on that, but I really think that a little baby was what this family needed.
I think you're right. I told you that too not too long ago that like I always said that I'm not like a super big baby fan, but uh
He got the best photo with the baby, might I add.
I I got a pretty good photo with the baby. I love her. I think she's incredibly beautiful and I think they're going to be really good parents also. Um and I don't know. I feel like that's like a new generation for everyone right now. And I don't think there's going to be another baby for a
Yeah,
little
we're
while.
tired of the old folks.
It's just a new little bit of
I'm
lifeblood.
no longer the baby of the
No,
family.
you and your cousin are 13, right? So it's it's really cool to have this new generational start over at this point. And you're gonna get to babysit a little baby. We've talked about on this podcast before how like all you want to be when you grow up
He's a
really
mom.
is a mom. And I think it's gonna be really fun to watch her grow and see her personality.
She's such a good baby.
Yep.
Well, from the hour I probably got with her, she was a great baby while
we're
she
only a
was
few
a
days.
couple while she was a couple hours old. We're gonna see how that's going later.
Yep.
But should we talk about my experience today?
Yeah. Yeah, we absolutely
We got
should.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that experience. I thought you were going to talk about going to the
We can talk
doctors.
about that, but I just need to add this.
Yeah.
We got Chick-fil-A, which I love Chick-fil-A. And given that I have arthrid that I've been struggling with, finding a source of protein that I actually enjoy, which most times I enjoy it, is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And Chick-fil-A is like my only chicken I will eat.
Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Yep.
And I got Chick-fil-A, and I had eaten it, and I had only eaten whatever. I had only had 5 nuggets. And I was, because they were kind of freaking me out a little bit, and on the way back, I think I was drinking a milkshake, and I was like, it's kind of making my throat hurt. And I was like, why does my throat hurt? Because we're going to go see the baby later.
BG.
And I was like, why does my throat hurt? And at the end, when we got home, because it was like an hour car ride, my dad was like, it could be the peanuts because I'm allergic.
Allergic to peanuts.
I'm allergic to peanuts.
Chick-fil-A uses peanut oil, which is highly refined.
Yeah.
Which for the most part,
I've been perfectly fine with, but I feel like my throat has hurt a little and I've never really actually realized it.
Yeah. So we can kind of test that. That probably freaks you out a little bit where you don't ever want to have it again.
Yeah.
But we can maybe test that theory with like a nugget sometime.
And I love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I don't want you to lose Chick-fil-A. And we also need to maybe consult an allergist too to see like how real that is. It could have just been something else altogether. It could have been, I don't know.
The air.
It could have just been the air. You're right.
It could also be the ice cream that could like irritate my throat a little.
Sure. Seasons are
I'm
changing
not
here
sick.
too. It's getting warmer. Maybe there could be something in the air that just irritated you. I don't want to completely write off Chick-fil-A, but you told me that happens a lot after you have Chick-fil-A, which could be that. And I hope it's not, but we'll see what happens with that. All right.
My throat is a lot better now. I think it's like almost completely gone now.
All right. Anything else that we've talked about that you want to touch on or recap?
Ooh.
No?
Not
you want to
really.
do a little old school rapid fire? We haven't done this since our first episode. Okay. I'm going to go as random as I can with this. And this is rapid fire.
Yep.
So like we talked about before, you got to pick one. Neither is not going to be an option.
Oh, we don't have a candle of the week this week because...
Subject change.
Sorry. It was in my brain.
That's okay.
We don't have like a table in front of us, so that's not really possible.
Yeah, we don't have a place to put the candle safely.
We will hopefully have one next week. Sorry, I'm laughing at our dog.
All right. Rapid fire time. English muffin or bagel?
Bagel.
On your bagel, butter or cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Toasted or not toasted?
Not toasted. Well, it depends on the bagel.
Plain or cinnamon sugar?
Plain.
Okay. Cow or pig?
Cow.
Chicken nuggets or burger?
Neither.
I just told you that neither is not an option.
It really depends on the day.
Lay one on me.
Sometimes I want chicken and sometimes I want a burger.
Chicken nuggets or burger?
Burger.
Right now. Burger? Okay. Oh, I told you it was going to be rapid fire. Popcorn or pretzels?
Popcorn. Hopefully you can't hear our bunny in the back.
What do you want on your popcorn? They can definitely hear the bunny. I'm so sorry. He's a little annoying.
Cheesy.
Cheesy.
The double good. Cheesy.
Oh,
Very specific.
my goodness.
Sponsor us.
Double Good only does like charity things, so you have to find someone that's doing them. It's one of those little silly pyramid things. I hate that, but man, do they make some good popcorn.
There's not a bad double good kernel.
No, there's not. There's no unpopped kernels.
They're quality tested.
They are all primo.
This is not sponsored.
Delicious popcorn.
But we love
Hashtag not sponsored.
But double good. If you ever like branch out,
reach out, Double Good. What's up?
We're here.
All right. You want to hit me with some? Lay it on me, girl.
Better ready. Couch.
Better couch. This one or the reclining one?
No, just a bed or a couch.
Oh, I thought you said better couch. What? Hold on. To sleep in or to hang out in?
So like in general, do you like a bed better or a couch?
Well, if I'm sleeping, I want a bed. But if I'm just chilling, I want a couch.
Pick one.
But I need to know the circumstances around.
Just a bed or a couch?
I guess I'll say couch.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, if I'm just hanging out.
Reading or music?
Music.
Drawing or...
Anything else you're about to say, because I'm terrible at drawing.
Okay, I don't even know. Let me see.
Swimming or biking?
Swimming.
Okay.
I hate biking.
School or biking?
Biking.
You pick biking. You hate school enough. All right. You haven't been at school all week this week.
Goodbye.
That's been pretty okay. It's a little tiring taking care of you. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna be saying that when he gets his Achilles.
You are.
Surgery.
You're gonna take care of me?
Yes, I am.
That's so kind of you. I love that. I learned this term last night. It's called revenge procrastination. I thought about you with it also. It's when like you have something really stressful going on. This is my understanding of it in my brief readings last night. You have something really stressful going on, whether you're taking care of someone or like you got a lot going on at work, and instead of prioritizing your sleep, you're like, I'm going to reclaim my time. And I'm going to sit there, I'm going to scroll TikTok, I'm going to watch TV, I'm going to do something other than going to sleep and doing what I should be doing right now.
Huh.
And that has been me, at least for this entire week. And I didn't know there was a term for it. I think it's me a lot of the time. But I learned that last night. That was my little tidbit. The more you know. All right. You want to wrap it up, buddy?
Sure.
What are we going to remind the Bestie Gang to do?
Be a nice human.
Why you got to yell at everyone?
Just be a nice human.
All right. Be a nice human, everybody. We'll do it again next week.
Be
Later,
skibbity.
everybody.